Let's move into my last slide and talk about some recommendations I have for Alvin and his teachers. My first would be to work on systematic phonics instruction with an emphasis on letter sound association. He did struggle a lot with his G's and his J's, his B's and his D's. So, understanding that there are different kinds of sounds that can be associated with a J and a G, and talking about the difference between the two. In that vein, also doing some targeted vocabulary and spelling lessons that look at words with J's and G's, B's and D's. So, boy versus dog, give versus jug. My next recommendation would be to practice decoding words with vowel blends like eat and moo, and R controlled vowels like her and start. He seemed to struggle with those particularly. Because he struggled on oral reading passages, I would say to increase the amount of oral reading that Alvin does, or to shorten the length of reading activities so as to eliminate some of that reading fatigue. I would also recommend that Alvin improve and strengthen his sight words, meaning words that tend to be recalled easily for a first grader, like is and said. Sometimes Alvin struggled to recognize terms that should be easily recalled at the age of 6. Alvin did have some interesting responses on his elementary reading attitude survey, but I would interview Alvin a little bit more to better understand what his preferences are so as to maybe cater specific books or magazines to something that he really cares about and is intrinsically motivated to read. Overall, I think Alvin is performing really well. He does seem to be really using a lot of the skills that he's learned in class. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's moved out of this reading group within the next few months. I will not be working directly with Alvin, but I will be passing these recommendations on to his teacher and would be happy to pass on whatever recommendations you have as well in listening to this presentation. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing a bit about Alvin and how he's doing in school. Thank you for listening.